Peace family, I'm here to share with you guys my daily yoga routine. Hold on, wait a minute, I forgot to spray my mat. Make sure that you are cleaning your mat after each use. You can use rose water, some lavender, some clove, some cinnamon, anything to cleanse your energy space. Because every time we do yoga, we are downloading new energy and also releasing a lot of old energy. So you want to make sure that you keep your yoga mat clean. My first pose that I'm going to go into is child's pose. This is a very easy pose for anyone. If you're just starting out doing your yoga, or if you're well versed in yoga, child's pose helps you reconnect with your spirit. Okay, this is also a prayer pose that Muslims use, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not really into the religious thing. This is also a prayer pose that women can use to pray, because when you pray, you're actually praying to your womb, to your own spirit, your own internal spirit. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and do some inversions because I was eating some Doritos last night, and Doritos has MSG in it, which is a really toxic chemical for the brain, and doing inversions help rush the blood flow to the brain, and also drinking a lot of water helps release those toxins off the brain. So I'm not having any mood swings or any anger or any other issues that comes with consuming toxic chemicals that is found in a lot of snack foods. Okay, and I really like to do these stretches because I feel like it really helps me connect with my feminine, with my divine feminine spirit, and it just keeps me focused and balanced. I actually love doing it. I feel like doing yoga makes my inner child so happy because I'm able to do all of these tricks and poses that I wasn't able to do when I was overweight about a year or two ago. And from inversions, I'm going to just go ahead and do some wrist stretches. And also when I lean back into my stretch, that also stretches out my lower back, my hams, and my booty. And you just want to do this. You can actually do it slower than I'm doing it. I actually have to remind myself to slow down throughout the day. And I'm going to flip my wrists backwards and sway from side to side because this also stretches out my wrists backwards and also my spine. Do really wide stretches, and I like to try to make an S with my spine when I'm doing this particular pose. I don't know about y'all, but I feel like yoga saved my life. It gave me such a great peace of mind. And then we're going to roll out some cat-cows. And this also stretches out the spine and the lower back. Especially if you, like me, and you carrying all of this ass, it hurts your lower back. I don't know who decided that sitting down was okay all day, but it's not. It's important to stretch and move your body because our body was created for movement. It wasn't created for stagnancy and stillness. So just make sure that you're taking time throughout the day to stretch out your body. Down dog is one of my favorite poses because not only does your body look like a triangle, but it stretches out your butt, your hams, your quads, your calves, and your upper body. And then we're going to push up into cobra. And cobra also helps, again, alleviate lower back pain. And all of these poses that I'm doing are great for women who are on their periods. It helps release the pain in your lower back and also the pain in your pelvic area that you get from cramps if you guys are still cramping. I don't have cramps anymore, but if you do have cramps, yoga is a great way to naturally alleviate cramps without having to take medication. Because, again, medication it's just toxic chemicals that cause more harm to the body than it does help. Medication. I'm here to talk to y'all about yoga, and I'm getting into medication, but we're going to go into Warrior 1. And ideally, you want to try to hold, or look at me dance. Ideally, you want to try to hold your poses for about 8 to 15 seconds. And the longer you hold certain poses, your body gets to shaking and doing stuff, but that just means that you're activating those muscles. I don't know what a lot of these poses are called. I just kind of listen to my spirit and allow spirit to guide me through my meditations and through my yoga sessions. So, like this may be prana yoga mixed with some tantra, but ultimately I just do whatever feels good for my body. I've been practicing yoga for about 5 or 6 years now. So I just do whatever's comfortable for my body. Again, you guys don't have to do all of these poses, but these are just some poses that I do to help myself feel more present in my body and to alleviate stress. When I'm stressed out, the first thing I'm going to do, if I don't grab some food first, is I'm going to get on my yoga mat, because stress is nothing but stagnant energy, and you have the ability to work out that energy within your body without having to do all the strenuous exercises that they tell you to do. Because I don't know about y'all, but I'm a little lazy when it comes to working out. Okay, I'll do yoga or I'll dance before I actually do some weight training. But I'm at a point now where, since I've lost over 110 pounds, I'm at a place now where I want to tighten up my stomach. As you guys see, it looked like I didn't had a baby. Girl, I ain't had no baby. I was just fat. And as I lost the weight, some of the visceral fat, which is the fat around your waist, I didn't lose that. So now I'm at a place where I'm kind of weight training and trying to actually get my body fit, because I want to tighten my skin and also gain muscle. But yoga just helps you make sure that you stay active in the most minimum way possible, because as you can see, I'm doing minimal movements, but I'm also building my body. Ooh, and I forget what this pose is called, but when you bend back into your back like this and you get to breathe and grow, it almost feels orgasmic. You get to shaking and stuff because you're working out a part of your back and you're stretching out a part of your muscles and your spine that doesn't usually get stretched. It don't even get stretched when y'all be letting them dirty ass boys up in y'all vagina. But we're gonna say that for another day. I'm gonna forward fold this over, and also holding this pose here for at least 1 to 3 minutes a day helps alleviate depression and anxiety. It helps stretch out your entire body. It helps improve memory and concentration. It's just an overall stress relieving stretch. Okay, and I'm going to grab the back of my thighs and nod my head a little, like yes and no, because that stretch also helps. Oh, girl, I be trying to do these push-ups. I be trying. Girl, I just like doing yoga. I'm not really a workout type of person, even though I used to be. So I'm about to try to get back into it, because working out does help a whole lot with concentration and your energy levels, and also stabilizing your mood. A lot of us be up and down with our moods and having mood swings because of what we eat, and we don't counteract that energy. Girl, and excuse this goddamn fly, because I got this window open, and it just be flying around. Like, nobody gave you permission to come in here, so I need you to get out. But anywho, back to my yoga. We're going to do some more spinal rolls. And again, some of these poses are really tense on your back if you've never done these poses or you're not used to doing these poses. And this stretch is really good for just stretching out your spine in different ways. You just want to make sure that you are stretching your body out. As you can see, I'm a little out of form. I need to push my butt directly above my knees. But next time around, that's all, we're going to get it together. And I'm going to do the opposite side. But these spinal rolls are a lifesaver, especially if you're someone who suffers from constant back pain, chronic back pain. These spinal rolls, you can do these in the bed, you can do them on the floor, you can do them on that man. But again, y'all shouldn't be giving your body to a man if he ain't loving you right. Okay, and then I'm going to go back into downward dog. And now I'm going to hop up into chair pose. This pose is really difficult. You get to shaking and shit, but you got to make sure that you're breathing, because the key to yoga is breathing. I lost all of my weight mostly doing yoga and holding these poses for long amounts of time. I find myself now doing yoga at a faster pace, because now I try to make sure that it does give me some type of workout. And the faster you do your poses, it becomes like hot yoga. It's like a miniature workout. But again, you're not putting in as much effort as you would be doing if you were weight training. So it's a little easier. Now I'm going to head into yogi squat. This squat not only helps with your posture, but it helps with root chakra and sacral chakra blockages, which has a lot to deal with stability, creativity, financial stability. Um, because when we're not rooted in and grounded in who we truly are and we're not walking in our purpose, we actually hold that energy in our lower back. It becomes stagnant energy. It becomes emotional trauma in centers that we need to work through because we hold a lot of trauma in our bodies. A lot of emotions are held in our body, especially a lot of emotions that we haven't dealt with or done inner child work or shadow work for. So that's why yoga is also important. It just helps you work through and get to know yourself on a deeper spiritual level because, I don't know, oh, this wide leg forward fold. This is my favorite, girl. Not only do you look really sexy doing it, but it just stretches out your entire lower body and it makes you more comfortable with learning your body and actually being in your body. Um, a lot of people aren't fluid within their own body. There's a lot of stagnancy, and that's why a lot of people are fat or obese or overweight. And that's not to, try to put anybody down, but the lack of movement that we have throughout our body, and we just continue eating and we don't move or utilize that energy by walking, working out, doing yoga. It just builds up within us because a lot of people think being fat is normal. As you guys know, I used to be 233 pounds. A lot of people think being fat is normal, but fat is really just a bunch of inflammation throughout your body, meaning that you have cells that are dying or covered in mucus from the toxins that we get from the foods that we eat. And we don't realize that, that's actually a problem. But, I'm not here to lecture anybody or, force anybody to change their ways of living or believing or being. I just know that that way of being for so long just wasn't for me and I had to do something about it. So, and yoga was my gateway to losing a lot of my fat, aside from my herbal healing and my eating habits. My booty look fat, girl, go ahead. And many people don't know this, but yoga is actually a really good way to balance your mood, balance your energy, balance everything within your body, especially this pose. It's really hard if you're just starting out. But the more you do yoga, the more easier the poses become. And the easier the poses become, the more well versed you become within your own body and comfortable within your own skin. And you realize how much control and peace that you have the ability to obtain outside of social media, outside of your family's beliefs, outside of everything you've been taught. You always have the ability to tap inward within your own spirit and figure out what works for you. And yoga just so happened to work for me. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this dancer pose because I feel like I am super tapped in with myself, and I'm going to end this session with a little hip whine because that is our feminine way of utilizing our energy.